Alright, good evening, everybody. This is Dark Knight. I'll be your caster for this evening. This matchup between Spooky Ghosts and Team Rainbow Strike Go in Division B West, Season 14 of Nexus Gaming Series. We have our late night casts. I will say, I told the teams earlier, I appreciate these late night casts. As a West Coaster, it allows for a lot of flexibility. But we're right away in draft that should get you updated and caught up on what happened earlier. We had Spooky Ghost span Volskaya and Battlefield of Fraternity, and Team Rainbow Strike Go banding out Dragonshire and Alterac Pass. And with the first pick, Spooky Ghost won the coin toss, so Team Rainbow Strike Go decided to take us to Infernal Shrines. We see our first wave of bands coming out. We do have Sukhov and Mephisto. With the also nuisance Junkrat being banned out next. So here, typically on Infernal Shrines, obviously, teams tend to prio heroes that are able to clear the objective, right? So we have the objective Infernal Shrine, who can passively do damage to the enemy teams and also clear the shrine. Those heroes are very good. But we don't see the traditional heroes that tend to be banned out here. You have your Hogger, your Sonya, your Diva, who has fallen out of favor recently. But with that, we do see Vala, and I don't quite have the numbers yet, but I'm pretty sure that of the games that I've seen or casted, Vala has a very high % of pick rate. Right now, in the meta, it will be for a while. Big AA. But with that, we do see Johanna and Anduin slip by on the side, for the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go, and a very good combo. Obviously, Johanna is still very strong, even though after the nerfs in the last patch, I can't say the most recent patch, but I guess it is technically the most recent patch. The last patch, not as oppressive, but still very solid, obviously. We do see the side of Spooky Ghosts pick up Diablo and Lucio. Diablo obviously very strong. Infernal Shrines, probably Diablo theme map, right? Of course Diablo has to be strong here. One of his better maps. Lots of walls and chokes to engage and achieve the Lord of Terror's objectives. We do see the Sylvanas, the Banshee Queen, banned out in the second round of the bans on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. So go Nova. Sylvanas, on any map, there's a objective with push power, lots of value. In general, Sylvanas very strong still. And to help counter Diablo with a big health pool, do you have Malthael and then Tassadar, which it is interesting. I do like the Malthael pick into Diablo, but as an offlaner, you know, it's like, okay, now they can pick a lot of CC. Malthael does not like CC, obviously. If they can get any CC to lock down that Malthael, he can get less value. And we get a Medivh and a Dahaka. Very spicy, I like that. So pseudo, I guess you can say, Vala hypercarry. That's pretty much the damage that's coming out. Dahaka can do quite a bit of damage himself. Medivh, yeah, I know Medivh players will argue, you know, that Medivh is a hybrid carry copium, but Vala's the damage dealer here, obviously. Let's see what the last pick for Team Rainbow Strike. And Blaze, very solid. I will say, just at first glance, I would have to say that if Team Rainbow Strike Go cannot deal with the Vala can be very impressive. But with that, Team Rainbow Strike Go has a lot of potential. CC, Light Bomb, Maltail, Last Rides, Tacit can be impressive with walls, Blaze. But with that, we'll see you in a bit for Game 1 of this matchup.
Oh, a swap! Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bomb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by Entomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Alright, and we're back. So with that, we'll look at the blue team. We have Calidus on the Haka. We do have Eric with a K on the Medivh. Little Wolf on the Lucio. Boundrix on the Vala. And Rogoth on the Diablo. Kingle on... I'm going to cheat on the Maltail. Silver on the Johanna. Salem on the Tassler. Panda on the Anduin. And we do have Robert on the Blaze. You can see what the Tansars are. We have our honorary meetup in the middle lane. We do have the flip on the Johanna, able to use Unstoppable to walk away. Also, for those watching, let me know if my audio is off. If those of you who joined me last time, you know I had issues last time. So I appreciate it. I tested it, sounded good, but sometimes it's not exactly what I think it is. We do see this continuous scuffle. So we do see, Malt. That's right, we do have a Maltail and a Blaze. So this is a 4-man Maltail. I did not point that out earlier. So that is interesting. So that does put a lot of pressure on the Diablo. But he has to be careful because Vala can do a lot of damage to the Maltail. You see both teams picking up their Shaman camps. With Team Rainbow Strike Go doing it a little bit faster. Maltail providing a lot of clear. They're going to start that bottom siege camp as well. And they will pick it up. Swikos not able to contest that, but that's okay. I think probably earlier the advantage does go to Team Rainbow Strike Go. Especially with Medivh having to kind of ramp up. Like I said, I know Medivh players or Medivh mains will be upset, but he does need some time to catch up. We do see Swikos rotating mid. Oh, well, top, we do have Tahaka doing Tahaka things. We do have Maltail moving over to the Bruiser camp. pretty good timing. Both teams about their little wolf getting really low. But we do see bottom wave crashing in for... And overall, we do see a potential early invade. Oh, we do see the dude. Can they get the flip? And that will... No, 150 HP. But now, Spooky Ghosts are in trouble. And Diablo, Lord of Terror, will go down. That's a very aggressive play early on. The game is pretty low. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I'll try and fix that. We do see Spooky Ghosts starting there. Objective, and they're already, yeah. I was trying to get my sound working. We do have Medivh at 24 stacks. Almost there. But I'm trying to figure out what's the combo that Spooky Ghost is trying to achieve here. Like, they're trying to do the Medivh into APOC, which can't be good, but just it seems the follow-up can be kind of rough. We do see Team Rainbow Strike going bottom siege camp. Not much that Spooky Ghost can do. Maybe we'll have to give this up. Oh, my voice is significantly louder. Ah. You have Diablo getting called out. And the Lord of Terror. Oh, protected, by the way. But we'll go down to the DOT for Maltiel. We do see Team Rainbow Strike go, staging up mid. All the while we do have Dehaka Blaze doing their dance. We do have tens online for Team Rainbow Strike go. We do have Bunker Drop, Light Bomb, Black Hole, I guess for the Diablo Engage, Blessed Shield, and Last Rites. We don't have Falling Sword, which I think for okay, now we have tens online for Spooky Ghosts, and we do have Leyline, APOC, Isolation, Strafe, and High Five. So that's what I mean. I thought Joe would have maybe held to see if Diablo would go Lightning Breath. Like, well, Diablo's going like auto attack build. But I think Falling Sword could have gotten a lot of value here, but maybe just the blow up potential of Blessed Shield. But I think that's the thing with Medivh. Medivh can negate that. Well, a lot of that, right? It's hard to be in a bush. It's going to be up to Medivh to make sure that the team doesn't get cut out. We do have the Scuffle going out in mid. Diablo protected by the way. Stun, not able to click on the portal, gets out, but a big black hole does take out Lucio. And last rights on the Dahaka, protected by the Wade. I won't question whether or not last rights will get value, but this is one of those matches where you have to be like, okay, will I get value out of this or not? And I think last rights should get value, but you know, there's something to consider. We do see while top is probably going to Team Rainbow Strike Go, we do see Spooky Ghosts going bot lane. I do like this. Trying to get some map pressure, some counter siege going. We do Hako starting the bottom camp. Instead of doing this camp, I would have liked to see maybe just push this, right? Like, these camps probably going to get cleared. So they probably should have just pushed this, at least this wall. But obviously I have the bird's eye view. It's easy. I get to be a... Oh wait, they 39'd it. Okay. I just realized that. I mean... Very smart play by Team Rainbow Strike Go. They're just trying to control the pressure from the lanes. And literally... I'm surprised that they didn't even try to pressure this at all. They had... It's been about almost like 40 seconds. They probably won't get it, but still, it's one of those things where it's... I think they could have done a little more. We do have the team coming back up that will pick this up pretty easily. But Blaze, under pressure, does use bunker. Light bomb comes out. Isolation on the Johanna has to step back. And this is an arcane, right? Arcane Punisher. We do see Malta going down. With his slight chase. You have to be careful though. And it looks like Team Rainbow Strike Go not gonna get much value out of this Punisher. Very good play by Spooky Ghost. I'm not sure if the rotations on camps made a difference, but overall the engage on behind the Punisher, which is risky, hit off. We do have Pings coming out, Medivh trying to lace some portals. Diablo going in to the backline. We do see Blizzard coming out. Light bomb and Black. We do have the Malto in the backline. Local down, and we do have a 2 for 2, which technically favors, right, Spooky Ghosts, because since they're down, a slight favor to them, but not too, they're not too far behind. Structurally, they are. It looks like Team Rainbow Strike Go will be taking top pretty easily. Not much Diablo can do. And this is where, if you are Spooky Ghosts, you just want to get some value. I would say structures, you know. Camps are good, but like, just get the wall down. Oops. I broke my thingy. So I get for pressing buttons. There you go. That's like, it's structures, right? The camps are great and all, but like, camps are killed. Camps, wall structures can't come back. We just have TSRG coming. Bob, we do have Laydown coming out to stop the engage. We do have a bottom siege. And Tasser. And that's the thing about Tasser. He, after the rework, obviously, Tasser's damage is very sneaky, right? It doesn't really seem like he does damage until he does. You do see Team Rainbow Strike taking their Bruiser Camp, which will put pressure in the top lane. Diablo walking into the light bomb. We do see the ley line coming out. Lots of R buttons being pressed. We do see Lucy going down. Last rights and Diablo goes down. And we do see a 2-for-1 correct, but Diablo's back, but he does lose soul. Which makes him significantly weaker. That was a very interesting play, to say the least. I mean, I like the aggressiveness, but it's one of those things where you know, who can press our buttons faster, right? We do have that top camp coming in. Will have to be dealt with. And I expect a... Oh, this is a frozen Punisher. So this is a... This keep is gone, right? For sure. I don't see a scenario. It's not gone. We do see the portal come out. Diablo taking a lot of damage. We do see Lucio taking a lot of damage. Bunker does come out. Swift Ghosts. They're gonna back up, and if they're not careful, this could be game ending. You do have only Medivh, and they're going core, which I would expect that. Yeah, there's not much Medivh can do. Medivh really low, and yeah, with 30 seconds on all four here, I'd expect that's GG. Even with Layla coming out to help stall, Medivh does go down, but we will see a pretty dominant showing on game one from Team Rainbow Strike. Go. So overall, we did see that I did like initially the Vala pick. Vala is very impressive, really, but maybe not as much support from the Medivh. We do see, as far as we look at the scorer, oops, we did have the top damage between Tasser and Maltail in the four-man. Got a lot of value, obviously, against the Diablo. Medivh actually with more damage than Vala. Basically do the final kill count 3-12, so Team Rainbow Strike go able to get quite a bit of value out of that. We do see, as far as Soak, Tahaka was able to get quite a bit. Obviously, we do expect that, but the rest of the team, not from Team Rainbow Strike, go not far behind. And it just seemed that overall, Team Rainbow Strike Go had a lot of position and point control, with obviously with Johanna, Blaze, Maltail makes Diablo not able to step up quite a bit as much as he would like to. Medivh can provide some support, but not as much. There wasn't much pressure. There wasn't much I would say that Team Rainbow Strike Go would be scared of besides the Vala, right? Just making sure we have our team's selection. Let's see if we can update our map picks. So we did have Team Rainbow Strike Go pickup for the Shrines. They did win it. Just waiting for the teams to update. It looks like Spooky Ghosts will first pick again. Well, very good. So we do have like a triple or double bruiser lineup with Johanna, Blaze, Haka. Lots of wave clear. Johanna, Blaze, the Haka. Sorry, actually not the Haka. Wasn't the. We have Blaze, Johanna, and Malta. Lots of wave clear. So it seems like the easiest target would have been Taster, but there's no real way that Spooky Ghosts could get there easily. They had to try to like front to back either Blaze, Maltail, or Johanna. Maltail being probably the easiest target, but it seemed like they were lacking the burst to really get any of one of them down. So, waiting for the teams. Let's go to Haunted Mines, right? Best map. I'm actually okay with maybe in the playoffs that in a best of 5 series, Game 5 has to be in Haunted Mines. Those who are OG will agree. But actually, I would not want to be there. Haunted Mines is obviously a map where it's a very fun map. I don't think I would want it to be in competitive. So if we can look at the standings so far. We do have Team Rainbow Strike Go being technically right now. This is updated since earlier before the stream. We do have this is one of the smaller with only 7 teams, so I guess they're doing the double round robin probably. CCS can't connect stuns right so far in first. Then we have TRC, Artemis, and Gambit. I think Artemis played earlier. This is probably not updated. We have Spooky Ghosts in there still. Oh, there we go. And we're going to Sky Temple. Okay. So this was picked by This was picked by Team Rainbow Strike Go. So I'm just gonna show you the map bands. And Sky Temple is a map that I personally enjoy because it's one of those where in Storm League, if you play off lane, you can have a lot of impact. You can have an all impact on any hero, obviously, but at my elo, lots of impact because this is a map where you don't have to fight, and if you can get value with pushing, get structures. And this is the map, like as they used to say in HGC. This is the map where you don't have to fight, right? If you play the map, you don't have to fight any team ever. Contrary to other maps where you have to fight them, right? This map, you literally don't have to fight the enemy team if you have the comp for it. It may not be ideal, but if you have the push and siege, you can do so. Looks like we're gonna get started. All teams are joined up in the lobby. All right, all teams are here. We're gonna get ready for game number 2. On our way to Sky Temple. Again, we do have Swiggy Ghost with first trick. Therefore, they will be first banning. Typically, heroes who have a lot of push power, globals, like any other large map, tend to have high priority here. But like I said, this is a map where if you can have a global, if you can have siege / wave clear, and potentially boss control, right? So yeah, all of the above, right? So I've seen teams draft a comp that literally never wants to fight and win, and I've seen teams draft comps that just want to fight constantly and also win. So this is a very unique map in that scenario where, depending on your team's playstyle and what you want to achieve, you could do so. We do see Rhaegar and Dahaka being banned out. Dahaka obviously very strong here. Lots of bushes, global presence. With that, we see the counter on Blaze. We do see Blaze and Dahaka proud / banned quite a bit overall, but especially on these larger maps. Do we see? We will see the Johanna, the Johanna ban. I will say I'm in the school of thought that I don't think Johanna is a mandatory ban. She was a mandatory ban, and Team Rainbow Strike Go agrees with me in that I don't think she is a mandatory ban. Very strong tank still. Let's not take that away from Johanna. But I don't think Johanna is in the place that Johanna was in, before the nerf. So for the first pick, we do see Sylvanas. Obviously, Sylvanas, another hero who can get a lot of value, pushing power. And speaking of Johanna, we do see Johanna being picked up on the side of Team Rainbow Strike. Go ahead and manage to go healer. Typically, you see Johanna with a healer being picked up. Anduin worked really well for them last time. Why not run it back? And there you go. We have the Anduin and Johanna. I apologize if I do cough. I'm just getting over COVID this past week. Went 3 years without getting it, and eventually I had to deal with it, but I'm fine. We do have the 2-3. I guess it's the 3-5, actually 3-4. 4-5. Can count. Brightwing and Anub. And Brightwing obviously again a global, very strong Anub. I think between Anub, Johanna, Diablo, and Muradin, probably your 4 strongest tanks across the board. I really like Anub into Johanna. Johanna can't do much when she's cocooned. We do have our second pack comes out. We do have Kalfoth being banned out, which again interesting. Who won game 1? Oh, sorry. Should update it. I did not update my sheet. Thanks for reminding me. It was Team Rainbow Strike Go.
Phineas will rise again.
No, it's game 2. Like I said, my excuse is that I'm just getting over COVID, so we do have Rag. Rag is a hero who can make things very challenging. Obviously, press R, 40,000k siege, right? And we see in Tassiter, and obviously I assume that to be an off-lane ETC. So I do like it. We have the Hawker being banned, but the pseudo global ETC being picked, which will help with that Ragnaros. So I'm excited about that. I actually do have to use it. We do have a Hogger, another very strong. So we do see another triple bruiser being picked up from the side of TCRG, but I'll be right back.
I would prepare for your ceaseless battle. If you wish to live, that is.
Alright, with that, I am back. On the side of Spooky Ghosts, we have Boundrix on the Tassler, Rogoth on the Anubrak, Eric with a K on ETC. We do have Little Wolf, Bitewing, and Calidus on the Sylvanas. A little split off. We do have Silver on the Johanna, Kingle on the Greymane, and Panda and Anduin. So Selman, that was a sub, right? I don't think Selman played last match. On the Hogger, and then we do have Robert on the Lord of Fire, Ragnaros. With that, we do see an early attempt to take at least some of the tower. We do get half of it. We do see Johanna played by Silver. Right away, we get into rotation. Wilding gets Soak. With the rest of the team scrambling around. Oh, maybe I should move out of draft view. Pull up the talents for you to review. And as we thought, we do have ETC up top lane, which was interesting. I've seen both ETC as a main tank with the Johanna, and also Johanna as the off lane with ETC as the main tank. So I've seen both those scenarios. Both teams picking up their siege camp. We do have a noob kind of poking at them, but gotta be careful. A noob rather squishy. We do have, it looks like the early rotation in camps favoring the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. We do have them doing their Bruiser camp, which they do cap away right away. I thought they might want to not cap and maybe hold on to, but you have Greymane and Ragnaros along with Hogger top lane with that poor ATC by himself, trying to deal with that and a camp. All the while trying to get that camp out, but bottom tower going to be out. The top, not long for this life. So very good value early on, again, from the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. So obviously, the idea with this is that you push in this early camp, you take the top temple rights over this. Watching, you got these temples, these shrines, you have teams gonna fight over them. You do that is early push. I think there's a math and scaling with this particular. Earlier it's weaker, later it's stronger, but as of right now, if Team Rainbow Strike Go takes advantage of capping top, they should get this completely gone. We do see Rag use Molten Core to dissuade the members of Spooky Ghosts, and we do have Team Rainbow Strike Go taking top objective, all the while Spooky Ghost taking mid. And so the idea is that you should get more value when you do the top camp and the top objective. And as you can see, this is already going to be gone. This is not even going to be halfway. But yeah, this is gone. So overall, very good trade. Very good execution on the side of TSRG. And they'll get some damage into mid lane. Should take the... took one. Oh. But, not to be left out, we do have Spooky Ghost get some value as well. Get mid. We do have ATC backing out. With a noob in Savannah's a lot of pushing power. You gotta be a noob very low. A noob feels like the Genji of tanks. For those of you who play Genji, is one of those tanks that you kind of have to play with that fine line of, do I understand what my health pool is? And obviously very strong engage, very strong CC, but you have to walk that fine line, and Rogoth really walking that fine line so far. I do appreciate that. It's not easy. Johanna just, you know, I'm not scared of you, I'm gonna walk into you. Oh, with the wall. Reducing the engage on the Johanna. No, just the E, but not the Q from the noob. Although I do have ETC. Almost, both, actually, Spooky was first to get their level 10s. So we do have Stage Dive, Cocoon, Blink Heal, Mind Control, and Black Hole on the side of Spooky Ghosts. And we do have 10s, we do have Curse Bullet, Lava Wave, Blessed Shield, Light Bomb, and we have the Hogger. I was saying, they're holding, but they picked Hortipult. We do have the bottom objective. Tends to be one of the... We do have the Cocoon on the Greymane. The Gauge, Hogger spinning. My control on the Ragnaros, but... Spooky goes very low. I imagine they have to back out. Eric with a K very low, extremely. Did you use Stage Dive? Not yet. No. I think the healing from Admin was able to keep them up. This is where, like, typically when you have a noob, you wanna cocoon the tank or the healer. Depends. Typically the healer is the choice. He got it on the... Oh, the Greymane. Gotta be careful. But it looks like Spikios will be giving this up. ETC top lane already. But we do see bottom falling. I thought they saved it, but I guess not. With that, we do see again Greymane, Big Cocoon, Pink's coming out, ATC coming in, my control, and the pull not quite there. Lightbulb comes out, misses, no engage. This is pretty good, good advantage. A lot of R's were used, right? We do see Spikios moving to invade on the siege camp. Very good play. I do like this. But, I mean, I would say just go boss. Why not? You have 13. You could have done it. They're opting just to hang around, get some structure damage, which not bad play either. Especially with Sylvanas, get some value. We do have the rag. Oh, very good interrupt. That rag almost got Molten Core, but got interrupted. Very good play by Rogoth. We do see Lava Wave coming bot. Members from Spikios gonna retrieve. Let's see. I mean, Hogger has to be careful. With this talent build, I don't think Hogger can beat this ETC. I mean, he can beat ETC with... Oh, no, ETC is in a bad place. Oh, does he have his W? He does. He's the C. Yeah, Hogger with this build. Yeah, does not have to sustain to go against the DC. We do have two shrines, mid and bot. We do have. Oh, they picked a boss. All this while was critiquing. Can you press your buttons correctly on the ETC and the Hogger? Team Spikios took boss. We do have combo coming out, slide with Hogger being taken out. We have the chase. Now we're seeing signs of life. With initially Team Rainbow Strike Go very strong early, which what I expect with a Johanna, Anduin, and a Greymane. But now with Tassiter, Sylvanas scaling quite a bit. ETC has to be careful. You gotta leave, ETC. Get out of there. Does he have terrain? He does not have terrain. That's fine. So both teams rather evenly matched right now as far as structures and everything. Lanes are about even, so... But with that, we do have Spikios about a quarter of a level, right? Quarter of a level ahead. We do have Jonah angry. It looks like Spikios are trucking around. They're not going to make a play on that. We do see TSRG coming up to clear this top camp. All the while, we do have Spikios creating bots. ETC in a bit of trouble. We do see the combo coming out. A lot of R's being pressed out. Can the ETC get out? Hortipult, Blessed Shield, and oh, we do see them engaging. Cocoon on the Gray main. That was a lot of cooldowns. Team Rainbow Strike Go pressed all their R's. Apparently. This is where keeping track of who pressed what is important. If you are Speaking of Ghosts, you want to go in. You want to go in now because you know that a lot. You saw them press R's. You want to fight now. Even talents, you want to go. We do see him engage. We do see ETC stage dive slide into the Joe. Well, actually, did not slide into the Joe. Slid into the wall. We have mind control on the Ragnaros. Able now won't go down. If you have the noob with 150 health, very low. ETC able to peel for that. Johanna also being very low right now. And lots of action, to say the least, right? And all the while, they do get bottom keep from that. What's that? Yeah, from the camp. So very good value. Again, even though it has seemed that Team Rainbow Strike Go has been able to keep control of the fights. Speaking Go's able to get pressure. We have one objective, obviously. Top, everybody's going up. Then we have ETC. Does have stage dive. Well, they could be coming in. Yeah, this is when you have to come in if you're AT. You have light bomb combo. The Gunkin comes out. We do have stage dive. A little late. Slide does not hit anyone. The members of Speaking Goes very low. ETC also there, not so low. We do have Black Hill. The combo on Johanna. Johanna does go down. Grammy trying to get away. Overall, the members of Speaking Goes about halfway or less. They have to be careful. We do have the engage. And with that, we do see the trade. The 2-for-1. Ragnaros, most of the time, actually full health. Will Molten Core. We'll get some value, but it is cancelled early. And they all will be on top shrine. I mean, if you are Speaking Ghost, you just do bottom boss. It looks like they're thinking about that. ETC is moving mid. Which is odd. I don't know why ETC would be there if he's not going to help them. I mean, I think you have to have the ETC there. It got leashed. What? Wait, was that a bug? Did everybody see that? That got leashed. Wait. That got leashed for no reason, right? We'd have Speaking Ghost trying to gauge on that, but that... Okay, I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to look at that later. That was leashed for no reason, right? I've never seen that before. I'm in shock. You just see the mind control coming out, misses. If you're Speaking Ghosts, you gotta be careful. This is game ending potentially. Very challenging, right? You have one member down. Ragnaros, popping multi-core. We do have a boss on core. A noob very low. Will go down. Lots of pressure. And it looks like this will be GG. I will have to say, I appreciate that was very interesting. Both great games, but both teams very interesting. But the biggest shock of the night is that Leash. I have to go back and watch that. Brightwing and the Tacitor were literally on the boss, and they got leashed, right? For those of you watching, I'm not crazy. I don't have a post. So, for those who don't know, I had COVID. I'm not having a post-COVID delirium, right? That boss leashed when they were attacking. No, so I know the invis shit. So I know the invisible stuff because as a Samaru, when I'm doing camps, if I invis, it does that. It does not instantly leash like that. I've never seen it instantly leash like that, Sherlath. I know it leashes if you invis. I've never seen it like leash like that. That was crazy. But anyways, with that, we do have Team Rainbow Strike Go with the victory. Let's see if I can get one of them. If you can want to join me in the lobby, I'm in shock. I know the leashing with the invis stuff. I'd never seen it like. It was like literally like 3/4, almost half, instant leash. I've never seen that. I'm actually in shock. I don't know what to do. I won't be able to sleep tonight. We do have a domination by Team Rainbow Strike Go. Congrats. But let's see if we can get one of them to come and join us. One of them will join us. I just can't get over that.
Hey, what up?
How's it going?
Good, Dark Knight. How you doing, man?
It's going. We're trying to solve a little mystery here because
Mystery. I probably won't be able to help you either.
so when you watch the film again, you'll see that they were doing the boss, and
Okay.
And apparently the Tacitor and the Brightwing both invis at the same time, and the boss instantly leashed to 100%. And it was like,
Oh, is that what? So they were on the boss.
yes. And
Oh my gosh.
so literally for the last like 10 minutes, I've been trying to figure out that instant leash. I've never seen that. I play Samaru, so I know when I invis, they'll leash a little bit. I can play around that. But it literally went from like about half to instant full health. And I was like, wait, what happened?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So that's the conundrum we're trying to figure out right now. Which I'll figure out later. But first of all, congrats. Very strong showing.
Hey. Ooh.
And
First time.
yeah, we'll talk about that match. But game one, very strong showing. Looks like you just had very strong control. They pulled out which initially I like. I like spicy picks. They pulled out the Medivh, but I think in theory what they were trying to do is like maybe hyper carry the Vala, but it seemed like you again in game one and game two you went kind of more of like a quote triple bruiser with tank, right? And you were able to take advantage of, I'm a Diablo main, and I'm like, okay, so there's a this guy percent damage guy, so half my health is not there by default, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure. I love it. This percentage guy is like my health. I love it, man. That's awesome.
yeah,
We'll start calling it that from now on. The guy that does the percentage health, that guy that chops my health points.
yeah, and so So you were able to get quite a bit of value out of that. I think it just came down to like the draft, right? I think the Medivh was not able to protect enough, and the Maltail was able to do more damage than not. So I think it was a very simple execution on your part.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like it's a very simple chess match, right? I think it's just like, you won the chess match there, and yeah, there's an execution part, but when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, it. I think I saw what Spooky Ghosts are trying to do, but given your comp,
what it looked like to you, it looked to us like maybe the try to hyper carry Vala, I think, was what they're trying to do. I think,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
that's what I mentioned.
yeah. They don't play Medivh very often too, so so I'm surprised they picked it. Didn't picked it out. We weren't expecting that at all. So I'm glad we got the win on that one because yeah, we were not planning for their Medivh. And I know that they play them, they just don't play them a lot. So I don't know. It worked out for us this time, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, and so this is something that's very important when I always tell, like, when I coach other teams as well. It's one of those mindsets like, oh, we definitely win here, but it's also very kind of like challenging at times because, if you're overconfident, that's when things can go bad, right? So but it's like, hey, if we execute, we should win, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Oh, ideally, right? If everyone's the same skill level,
yeah,
and doing the same things, but we still do those maps quite often, for sure.
But I think you did very good. I mean, you had complete map control, and it was very tough for Spooky Ghosts to get anything going, even though they had some opportunities. But I think your comp just was like kind of like a trump card for what they were trying to do. But moving on to game 2, I think game 2 was a little bit more interesting. Obviously, we went to Sky Temple, so you chose this map, and so during the pre-draft screen, I was mentioning that this is a map where this is you don't have to fight the enemy team map, right? Like, so can be a very tricky map at times, right? Because you can take different approaches to it. You can be like, hey, we're gonna go at them and fight them, or you could be like, hey, we're not gonna fight them at all, and we're just gonna push everything, right? And both strategies have worked. If you look at like top level, even going back to HEC, you see both strategies working. So what was your plan as far as approaching this particular map?
I mean, I think with the picks, it was kind of, we kind of went a lot of different ways we could wave clear. So, we just wanted to control the map. I think we ended up picking it. I mean, we did okay at it, but we know that they don't particularly like this map, at least in the past, because they seem to ban it a lot. And so we kind of tried to play into that. They played really well, though, with that. I mean, they had Bright Wing for the global, the ATC for the global, which they actually do seem to be a global heavy team most of the time. So I think they are also traditionally a macro team for sure. But I think it was just that. I mean, you get the rag, it's like we're gonna stall out the game as long as we can, try to get to our power spikes later, and we don't screw it up too bad. And essentially that was the play, because I remember looking at some point late in the game, I don't think we had a kill for like ever.
Yeah,
it was like, I don't even know. I was like, how the heck did I even get 3 kills on Rag of all things? Like, that never happened. So
I mean, this is a very low. I mean, typically Sky Temple tends to be lower.
True.
This was 5-4, but if you look at the match, you would think it would be more lopsided. Like I just said, this is a map where you don't have to fight. It was 5-4, but your comp, especially with Rag and the Hogger, able to put a lot of pressure. So again, kind of bringing out the quote triple bruiser comp out as well. And initially I did like the potential of the ETC, but it just seems like they weren't able again to get synced up with you did a very good job. That's what I was in the stream mentioning, that getting that early camp top, getting the wall, and getting that top.
Yeah, huge.
It's huge, right?
Yeah, that was definitely plans in the making. I think Kingo called it out pretty early, like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going to go, and we're just going to push in the top for sure and give us an edge. I think they ended up getting middle kind of like to counter that, I believe. I think they pushed that out. And then obviously the Sylvanas was putting in work. I think there was one play that I saw pretty late to kind of stop them a little bit when they tried to take bottom pretty early with just the damage. And I think they were running amok with the two beefy dudes and the healer and distracting the team. So I don't know. It was an interesting match for sure, just to try to press the advantage on the structures. It's
Yeah,
fun match on both ends. Yeah.
yeah. You both had like a lot of potential with push with Sylvanas and globals with Brightwing and FTC, but it just seemed that the ability of Rag, the utility of Rag, provided a lot early and kept you close. And again,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, that's kind of what it does. Is usually, um, there's only like in our div, I don't know, there's like two or three people that played, and it's kind of interesting to be playing Rag like at B. I don't even think it's even used in higher. But yeah, we
uh,
definitely try to spell it out as much as we can. That's all we use them for.
as someone who has played Brag before, yeah, I agree. It's one of those. It's one of those heroes where it's like there's certain times where it can work out, and sometimes where it can be kind of bad. But it worked out this time.
Yeah,
I think you got a lot of value of the Rag. You got a lot of push power with all your heroes, Hogger, Johanna, Ragnar's Greymane. So you're just constantly putting pressure on them, and so you're able to get a lot of advantage. And so I think you got all the bosses that I. Yeah.
they took one early. I think there was
Oh
one.
yeah, they took when you guys were
Yeah,
top. They took bottom. Yeah, I was.
yeah, we were.
That's
Yeah,
right.
ETC was kiting us around by himself, probably
Yeah,
giggling to himself.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I
That's
got all these guys, and then they just took the boss, and we're like, well, that sucked.
yeah. It's exactly what happened because I was like watching ETC and then I was like, wait, they took bottom boss, but it didn't get too much out of it, obviously, because you have Hogger and Greymane and Rag who can do quite a bit. But
Yeah,
overall, it seemed like
they
you
took a front
were.
wall, I think. Yeah.
Uh, I guess my question in these particular matches is like when you're looking out for like what what situation did you feel like you were completely in control? Like, yeah, okay, we just have to do what we got to do. Was there a moment that came up, or did it happen, or was you like, oh, just like,
In that last game, I mean, I think because we got a kill. I think I can't remember the order it happened, but I think when we took the boss,
mm-hmm.
we did have like the lanes were somewhat pushed out, and I think there was like a camp pushing somewhere. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't threatening anything. So I think once we did that, and then I think I wayed bottom. I can't remember, but it was kind of on that push, and then when we got a kill, we're like, okay, we got a shot. So I think I still had my D up for Rag, so it was just kind of more time to try to burn it down. So it was kind of on that last charge, but I think during the whole match, I felt like it was really anyone's at that point. Because remember, we didn't really even get kills till like really late, so
Yeah,
we were just trying to play the map at that point and just look for anything, and then we got it, and then we just kind of just tried to stay alive and just finished out the game and kill the structures. Wasn't super exciting, but we did it. So
and sometimes like the not super exciting things, the basic fundamentals things are what win you matches, right?
I know, right? Yeah, for sure.
That's what I always tell people. Like the boring stuff is what actually wins you matches, unfortunately. But anyways, with that, I mean, I don't have any more questions. It seems like you very strong showing. Congrats on the domination. I think both matches, it seemed like you were imposing what you wanted to do. You had a very good plan, and you were able to execute that. And so with that, I know it's kind of late for those people who are maybe East Coast and maybe even night owls, but
For sure.
I'll leave it off with any closing thoughts. Do you have any shout outs or anything you would like to say?
Yeah, the shout outs for sure. I mean, first, thanks for casting our game and picking it up last minute. I know you said you do that a lot, but I'm just very grateful. Normally we don't play this late anyway, so I'm glad it worked out for everyone. So thanks for that. Shout out to the other team, Spooky Ghosts. They're always good competition, and I see they got their regular tank back with the group, so hopefully that's some good synergy and vibes for them the rest of the season. Shout out to the Team Rainbow Strike Go org. We got some other teams that represent us as well, so we're super excited to be growing that way. If you're not a douche and you're a pretty good person and willing to play, hey, we'll take you on. Just hit me up. We'll find a team for you. But also, thanks to the boys and putting in work every week. It's definitely paying off, and we're having a great start to a good season. So I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, thanks for NGS, all the support. There's so many hands and a lot of people that put in extra time and just effort just to make it fun. And obviously, you're part of that format, and it's always good to kind of watch and kind of see us, doing something we all enjoy. And maybe I don't know, maybe the pro thing will resurface. Who knows? Even though this game is quote unquote dead, but still a lot of fun to play. So enjoy it.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you. Appreciate it. I always enjoy being able to cast teams from different, areas and divisions and stuff. It just for me, it's a very good kind of practice thing to see what people are doing, and in general, just for my own kind of like practice. Okay, I would win this, and I wouldn't have done that. But anyways, thank you again for joining us this evening, and again, congrats on your 2-0
Hey,
domination.
thanks, appreciate it. Thanks again for casting.
All right, and with that, good luck with the rest of your season.
All right, thanks. You as well.
And all right, so with that, that concludes the stream for this evening. Thank you again for those who joined us. I hope you had a fun time. Again, very strong showing from Team Rainbow Strike Go. I think putting a very simple clinic on, like just the basics. Nothing very super exotic, very simple comps, and again, kind of laying a blueprint of like, how can you win with not having a very complicated comp, right? They kind of just had very simple comp, able to execute very well, and able to obviously pull out a 2-0 win against their opponent in this Division B West match in Season 14 of NGS. And so with that, again, my name is Dark Knight. Thank you for joining this evening, and I'll leave you off with some music. I'm going to be tuning off to kind of create a buffer for those who are expecting a longer match, just not to kind of give away the results of the match. But again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.